Let's go!
PHNX Suns pregame show brought to you by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. I'm Lindsay, that's Steven, that's Espo. Eric is behind the Mac with us tonight. And tonight, we face off against the Lakers. Again.
Exactly.
What are we doing? How many times can we face the Lakers in 1 month?
Guess who's next? The Clippers in LA. You're 2 games at Intuit Dome in a week. So
I mean, I guess it could be worse, right?
It could definitely be worse.
I don't know how, but it could.
Yeah, they could have put the home opener on a back-to-back, right?
No.
Who'd have thought?
That could have been worse.
Couldn't be us.
It could be worse. This could be the end of the season when you're playing this stretch, and I'd much rather just do it now.
I mean, fair.
Get LA out of the way.
Absolutely. We'll get LA out of the way. Okay, listen, we know that the Suns and the Lakers are facing off tonight. We will dive into that, I promise you. But we had some breaking news, the biggest news of the entire day. No, it's not what you're thinking. We'll get to that soon here in just a minute, too. The Valley Suns have unveiled their mascot, everybody. The biggest news of the day. Ray, who'd have thought?
This thing, can we show, do you want to show the picture of Ray? Look, I think it's Gritty and Eugene Levy equals Ray, right? I mean,
kind of.
Look at this. I mean, I do not understand this mascot. I've had people say, and Lindsay, I believe you were one of these, it looks like a chicken nugget.
It totally looks like a chicken nugget with eyebrows.
I had somebody else point out that now in our basketball player 15 group family, there is one mascot that doesn't wear a shirt, one mascot that doesn't wear pants, and one mascot that wears both. I don't understand. I really don't. I mean, this is kind of the way I imagine Nookie Monster might look, right?
Kinda.
But my goal is to get an exclusive interview with Ray before too long. I'm going to take off these.
No,
fake
I feel like
per-
you should keep
I
it.
should keep them for pregame. Fine.
I kind of love
Fine.
it.
I will keep the Ray eyebrows on for now.
Can I just say that I mess with Ray? Like
I'm
Ray's
not
my
mad
guy.
at him.
Yeah, Ray's
or
my guy.
her, or they, them.
That's
I'm not
true.
sure
Yeah,
what
I
Ray
don't really
is.
know who Ray is,
It's
but I
not
know that.
Ray's fault. Like Ray,
No.
Some
It's just-
marketing group came up with Ray.
It just looks like a chicken nugget. That's all it is. Do you like Ray, Steven?
Ray's dope. I think it's very much akin to Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
in many different ways. So Monsters Inc. is cute and it's cuddly, it's funny. I'm digging it.
I like it. Sir almost says it's given real monster vibes, which that was fun. I'm not mad at that. Leo says it gives me anxiety vibes from Inside Out.
Ginger Grimace is hilarious from Zero.
It totally looks
Zero
like a
Dark
grimace.
30.
Yes.
That's what my first thought was. I couldn't put my
Yes.
finger on the name. Knew it was McDonald's related. I was yes, Grimace.
Ginger
Grimace.
100%.
I think that's the one.
Well, there you have it. The biggest news of the day. We got to finally find out who the mascot would be for the Valley Suns. Apparently, their favorite TV show is I Love Raymond, and their favorite song is Ray of Sunshine by Natasha Bedingfield, I think is her name.
Yes.
So
Was this the first day that you were happy that you weren't a sideline reporter because you didn't have to pretend to be the weather person saying that there was a solar flare coming from the sun?
I mean, you got to create a cute little video about it. It's
It's
part
not
of
a
the
knock
game.
on anybody. It's just asking.
That's the Pocket Full of Sunshine song?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
got a pocket full of sun.
Exactly. Because I think
Interesting.
he's from the sun.
Yes,
Right?
he's supposed to be a
Yeah.
ray of sun.
Right.
Mhm.
So
That's
there you go.
the joke. So.
Speaking of the Valley Suns, real quick, just as another reminder, they're going to tip off their season on the 11th of November. And guess what, guys? We're doing a takeover. That's right. Come hang out with us. We are all going to go down and watch the season opener of the Valley Suns together on November 11th. We're going to have a pregame party with food and beverages before. Then we'll head to the arena and watch the game. And these seats are really good. They're like, what, 7 or 8 rows up, center court.
Mhm.
Like, it's going to be a vibe. So you can get your tickets at gophnx.com on the events tab. And a reminder, if you are a diehard, you do get a discount on all of our ticketed events. So...
And I personally promise each and every one of you a photo with Ginger Grimace. So we will make it happen.
Can I just say they totally missed on the song choice?
Why?
Should have been You Are My Sunshine by Ray Charles. Ray Sunshine? Come on. I did not expect that level of silence.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's Sir Ammo. My bad. You don't pronounce the H? Is that what you're saying, Sir Ammo?
Yes.
Okay. Got you. Noted. Steven said buying 4 tickets before the end of pregame.
Yeah.
Love to hear it, Steven. Thank you so much. Okay, but for real, some very important news that does give us a little bit more insight into where Grayson Allen has been. We did find out that dad mode is officially activated.
It's the 26th at 5:14 p.m. Her name's Emsley May, little girl. So we're very, very happy and excited to have our first kid here.
What is that, kind of those emotions of being a first-time dad?
There's not much you can say to describe it, but really happy. That's about all you can put it as.
How's the sleep been? First name?
Emslie.
Emslie.
Yep.
Did you come up with that or the wife?
No, she did. A little bit of a collaboration, but mostly her.
How's the sleep been?
I'm trying to get as much as I can. It's definitely much harder, but yeah, we'll see. That'll be a little bit of a battle to try to see how many hours I can get or how many hours she lets me get. So we'll see.
I mean, the good news is you already got the head start on the dad strength, right?
Yeah. Maybe now I got that extra 10% kicking in here soon.
That extra 10% kicking in. You guys ready to see it tonight? It's happening. It is.
I'm assuming, I don't know about you, as the only dad on the panel, am I correct? All right. I feel like Grayson could afford a night nurse. Like, have somebody else watch the kid at night so you can get some sleep. You are a high performance athlete, right?
Yeah.
Fair, but also is there not a sense of pride? Is there not a sense of like you want to take that on to a certain extent?
Yeah, if my kid's born in July, August, or maybe September and I'm an NBA player.
That's their first time. You don't want to miss out on all the moments.
Spoken as somebody who's never had a child in the middle of the night that you're trying to wake, get to go to sleep,
I
Sleep
mean,
the moments don't matter.
it's like a rite of passage. I'm sorry. If you don't want to have that rite of passage, then maybe don't have kids.
There's a reason that sleep deprivation is a form of torture. And if that's the case, newborns are terrorists in that way.
Are you
all
on
right?
my team, Steven, or are you on Espo's team? You're on my team.
I'm all for being a dad. I think there's a balance though. I think that especially when you're in a profession like his, there's some sacrifices that have to come in that. I think if I'm hearing it correctly from a lot of other dads who are in the NBA, they figure it out with the wife. A lot of times the pops is not present for that type of stuff if the baby is born during the season, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Look, I'll say this. I was happy to be there for my kid in the middle of the night because I was working a crappy marketing job that I didn't care if I was at my best after 2 hours of sleep. All I cared was doing the bare minimum to get the paycheck. I hope that's not Grayson's approach is what I'm saying.
No, I don't think that'll be Grayson's approach tonight. I think everybody who is talking about Grayson putting up 8 threes tonight, you are absolutely on point. Now is a great time to put a little bit of scratch down on Grayson Allen's performance on the Bet365 app. I'm just saying.
I'm also just saying, who else are you going to come to get dad conversations about in the Suns Hemisphere podcast-wise?
From a dude wearing paper eyebrows.
If that doesn't scream dad, what does?
Let's go.
So here's the deal. Congratulations to Grayson Allen and his wife. We're very happy for them. Happy that it seems like mom and baby are all doing well. But Grayson has missed quite a bit of time as far as games go. I think he played, one preseason game? and then one regular season game between, I'm sure, trying to figure out when the baby's coming and the Achilles that he's been dealing with. His conditioning is not as high as probably the rest of his teammates. So Grayson Allen is technically not on a minutes restriction, but here's what Coach Bud had to say about getting him back into the mix.
Between the Achilles and missing a couple games, I think we want to be smart with Grayson. I think the Achilles is in a great place, but, he's going to play. I wouldn't say he's on a restriction or anything like that, but I think there's a way that makes sense for us to continue to just, get him, just conditioning-wise, Achilles-wise, everything in a good place to, play the whole year.
So, it makes sense that they would kind of like slowly ease him back in, but not necessarily putting a full restriction down.
Well, yeah. Especially, I joke about being tired, but when you're tired, sometimes you overcompensate on things or whatever, which I don't know how bad the Achilles is because they don't really divulge any information when it comes to that stuff. But the last thing you want is a guy that maybe is a little more tired than usual, trying to do a little too much, and the body overcompensating and maybe re-injuring something, because we've talked about it before, but that whole kinetic chain in the body, one little thing's off, it can impact the rest of those other things, and you don't mess with an Achilles. Playing it smart with his minutes, seeing how he looks, makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so we know Grayson Allen is back in action, but let's take a peek at the injury report to see if everybody else is. We do have good news to share. Bradley Beal is available in tonight's game. He was questionable ahead of this one with right shoulder, elbow soreness, lingering from what I believe he was dealing with Saturday. That made him miss that game, but he will play in this one. Josh Okogie, however, remains out with that right hamstring strain. Gerald was asking Mike about J.O.'s hamstring and how that's kind of progressing, and Coach Bud said, quote, "He's making good progress. I think the medical team feels like he's kind of following the timeline that they envisioned, and I think he just continues to make steps each day, and today was a good one for him." So hopefully that means in the near future, Josh Okogie will be available. I'm not sure where he falls as far as the rotations go anymore. How are you guys feeling about that?
The emergence of Eric's favorite player of all time kind of puts a damper on Josh
Say his
Okogie.
name.
Eric's favorite player of all time.
No, his name.
Yeah, Eric's favorite player of all time.
AKA Ryan.
AKA Ryan Dunn. I feel like that's going to really make it tough for Josh to get back into the rotation.
Yeah. I think that's why they're not overly concerned to rush him back.
Yes.
Yeah.
That too.
No need.
That too.
Yeah. If you aren't in a hurry, give him all the time he needs to get healthy, and then tap into him whenever you feel like you need him.
Mm-hmm.
The trade deadline.
Yeah,
Oh gosh,
correct.
Espo, terrible.
Well, this is the business.
The truth hurts. Is that what you're saying?
This is the business.
It'll be the first time I said something like that and got myself in trouble.
Facts. All right, so we know who's in, we know who's out. Obviously, we've seen the Lakers quite a few times already in the last couple of weeks, preseason and regular season. What are you guys looking at tonight specifically that you would like to see different from Friday's matchup against the Lakers that resulted in an L for us?
Well, play, at least 3 quarters of good offense. The quarter and a half probably
Didn't
wasn't
work out
enough.
very well.
But I'd like to see Devin Booker get going early. I think it's not that you have to have it to win, but it makes it a hell of a lot easier to actually get the dub when he is playing that way. So I'd like to see that tonight get going.
I would like to see the offense sustain for a full game, especially against a team that plays on the more physical end in terms of how aggressive they are defensively. I would also like to see them mitigate how much transition they concede to the Lakers. I think Austin Reeves had like 11 points in transition. Anthony Davis had similar, if not slightly more than that in that game. You mitigate as much of that as possible. You keep them a little bit closer to what their typical averages are. I just don't think the Lakers have enough offensive firepower or the ability to stop the Suns from scoring.
The play that they kept going to with Anthony Davis in that game, it was like 3 straight plays. It was a pick and roll down low, right? I want to see how they react to that tonight. Did they learn from that? Did they come up with a strategy that can slow that? And can they adjust enough when the Lakers have a counter? Because you know that they will based off of that.
And I think that's a good point too, because the Lakers are not known for their spacing and three-point shooting off of personnel. They know how to space two spots, but they don't have like a sniper the likes of Grayson Allen. Their best shooter, for all intents and purposes, is who we saw in the preseason, Mr. Dalton Connect going off, you know? But he's not starting, and he's not in their main rotation in terms of like their top six. You can err on Rui Hachimura shooting corner threes, Austin Reeves shooting threes, to take away Anthony Davis on the roll. And I feel like that's maybe one of the biggest weaknesses for the Suns this season, covering up the roller when they're in coverage defensively and pick and roll. So that's a nice challenge and test within that again as well.
I think a really big thing for this game, and I know some people will say it's just the refs with the Lakers, but no stupid fouls. You know, you're already not going to get a favorable whistle. You can't put yourself in a situation where Anthony Davis is taking as many free throws as you are taking as a team. So hopefully switching home courts and a better focus on that sees that number get a little bit closer.
Absolutely. A couple things from the comments here. Jeff said continuation of Nurk, 100%. We saw a great game from Nurk on Saturday. Would love to see that carry over into tonight's matchup. Hello said, you want them to win all 4 quarters again? Aren't you asking too much?
No, I want them to win 3 of the 4, but by enough that other quarter doesn't matter.
Yeah, and the one quarter that we give up will only by 1 point.
Yeah.
Not like 17 or anything crazy like that. Los in the chat said, we owe them, so a little bit of payback. I would like them to come out with a little bit of oomph, a little pep in their step, if you will, because that game on Friday against Lakers was rough. Like, you should have won that game. You can't go up 22 and completely lose a lead like that and not feel some type of way about it. And if you do, then we probably have bigger issues to deal with.
I don't feel like the continuation of Nurk's going to happen tonight. This is not a matchup that I think favors him staying on the floor. I think we see some Oso tonight. I think Plumlee gets a run. I think we see that small lineup again where KD maybe even logs some minutes at the 5. So
that's where Oso and that ability to switch is of great value because it allows you to bridge that gap. Obviously, you can't run it for 48 minutes, but you can be a little bit of a stopgap and maybe up your aggressiveness defensively with activity.
That dude in the chat said the Lakers went with a double big lineup last game that the Suns had no answer for. Steven, in your opinion, what could potentially be an answer for that? For
the double big lineup? You just stick to what you do. You stick to your traditional lineup with Nurkic or another center at the 5, KD at the 4. That's 2 7-footers in most of those iterations, and you rock out from there. You don't want to be caught in a limbo where you're dancing with your opponent and trying to play catch-up in terms of always reacting. Sometimes the best reaction is no reaction, and you sticking to your guns.
Yeah, force them to play you on offense and deal with your offense, and eventually that will make it where they can't go to a 2 big lineup because you're beating them with those passes. You're doing essentially what you did in the first half of that game. And really what that all came down to was the Suns went cold offensively in quarters 3 and 4. And if you don't do that, if you mitigate that, it's an easy win on Friday. And hopefully they've figured out how to do that tonight.
And isn't that a conversation we've been having for a very long time now when it comes to the Suns team? Like, you are best when you play your game. You are not at your best when you try to switch things up to counter your opponent. Because that's just not who you are. That's not the type of game that we're playing here.
No, this Purple Rain basketball was built for this kind of game because the Lakers don't shoot like that, right? So if you can get out there, it's 3 is more than 2. You can have 2 bigs. Go ahead, score down low. We're going to hit a 3, and you're still going to be in the net negative. So deal with it, Thank you.
All right. Any additional thoughts on tonight's game, what you're going to be keeping an eye on, or what a key that you're going to be focusing on?
JJ Redick and his gamesmanship. He put Anthony Davis on Kevin Durant a handful of times over multiple pockets of the game, and LeBron was on Yusuf Nurkic. You got to figure out how to punch at one of those 2 things, whether that's Durant in isolation, but not just the standstill isolation, getting him on the move a little bit to put Anthony Davis in compromise in terms of fouling. Also with Yusuf Nurkic, if LeBron is guarding him, put him in pick and roll. They're probably going to switch it, hit him on a short roll, and that's the way to puncture a switch in defense and make them react. So I want to see the Suns kind of countering to what they're seeing from the Lakers conceding off of matchups over the course of the game.
Yeah, I agree on that. I don't think you can add much more to that. So,
all right. Well, what are the guys wearing in this one? The most important question.
Well, we have a more traditional sense of home and road in terms of colors. You got the home team in white tonight being the Phoenix Suns, sporting their traditional, the modern traditional jersey with the typical coloring. And then we have the Lakers in their purple and black. And I'm curious, Espo, was the purple and black jersey the one that you did not like from the Lakers?
Yeah, I don't like any Lakers jersey. Let's be
Correct.
clear. I really hate when you let an opponent wear purple in our building.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
I would have been like, nope. Anytime we play the Lakers, we're wearing purple in our building because screw you guys. We're gonna own that color in here, not you.
Yeah,
so I respect it.
No, I didn't even really think about that, Espo, but I think you bring up a really good point with that one. I also like wearing color at home more than the white ones, and I know that I might just be a minority in that discussion, but like the white jerseys are always just a little. They're just fine.
Well,
They're
I think the way that the Suns colors outside of the primary pop, like the purple and the orange, I feel like it's dope as a primary color, especially the way that their home court is set up design wise.
They always just wear the whites though. They're always wearing the white jerseys, so you just kind of get a little fatigue from them.
I think the NBA should outlaw white jerseys.
I agree.
Across the board.
I'm not mad at it.
But then you'd have two similar
uniforms.
colors.
Don't care. Hate
That might
white
be tough.
uniforms.
The white Nuggets rainbow uniform.
Ugly.
I'm just not.
No, I'm
the
sorry.
blue rainbow uniform.
I think they
was
should
the
put
better.
a limit on how many times you can wear the white jerseys, though.
Technically, the home team gets to choose.
I know, but I feel like I think the Suns. I don't know about every other team. I only pay this much attention to the Suns, obviously, when it comes to even like jerseys. I feel like they wear them all the time.
I feel like they wear the white more often than other teams.
They do, right?
100%.
All the
I
time.
think part of it is because they like to wear them at home. They're a little bit more traditional than that. But then on the road, they get forced to wear them a lot because other teams want to wear, their different colors at home.
So then you got to switch it up. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks, hello.
All right.
Thanks, hello.
Who you guys got tonight and by how much?
I got hello getting me canceled by hundreds. What?
What do you do, Lakers?
Yeah.
Rude.
Hold on. Okay, Lakers by 1. You know why? I was told I had to come in here and do exactly what I did on Saturday because everybody's freaking superstitious.
Okay, and that's
so
true.
I'm
You
wearing
did
the same
pick the
outfit
Mavs.
and I picked the Mavs. So I'm picking the Lakers.
He's following the script.
Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. I forgive you. Steven?
I think the Suns atone for the compilation of mistakes that they saw over the course of the game on Friday, and they get things right in this one, and they win by 5.
Mm-hmm.
Grayson Allen, dad strength threes, power the Suns, 3-point victory. I don't know who this cartoon head is, but he's picking Suns by 3.
I have the Suns by 6. I really hope that the Suns feel some type of way about the way they lost to the Lakers on Friday. And you're at home, like you're trying to set the precedence of a good home crowd, home atmosphere, that whole thing. Like, keep it rolling. Like, we need a solid game from these guys.
By the way, can I just say this whole dad strength thing? Not real.
You don't believe it?
Not real.
Tell that to Fred VanVleet in the Raptors championship.
I'm the dad in the room. I can tell you. Ain't true.
You didn't podcast or do radio better?
Oh, no. Amanda's right. I'm not wearing the same shoes. They'll be here for the post game.
You better switch them in the post
Do you
game.
have them here?
Yeah.
Do you want me to bring them to you?
They're in my office. No,
God.
it's fine.
Oh,
little
my
outfit change on set.
God, if we lose tonight's game, everybody, it's Espo's fault, just so you know. Espo, what do our friends at Bet365 think about this one?
That I'm an idiot is what they think. They have the Suns favored by 4.5 with the money line a -190.
Okay, see, we're not too far off. 4.5. I've got 5 from Eric. No, 5 from you and 6 from me. Now we're losing the shoes from Espo.
I got to take off the ones that weren't on.
Take
like
down our whole set. Okay, guys. It's time for our pregame picks, and they are presented by our friends at Bet365. Download the Bet365 app, use the code PHNX365, and you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Steven, what are you rolling with It's a hefty bet, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a hefty bet tonight. I got
buddy.
Kevin Durant for 30 or more points. I got Anthony Davis for 25 or more points. I got Devin Booker turning it up and knocking down multiple threes in this game. Austin Reeves at under 14.5 points. I think they're going to figure it out defensively, take him away from what he saw success-wise on Friday. Tyus Jones at over 14.5 points and assists combined. And Yusuf Nurkic at more than basically a block and a steal over the course of this one.
Okay.
Finishing up at plus 4,000.
Reeves and Nurkic are your tough ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reeves is going to score like 17 and a quarter.
But that's also probably what boosted you up to hit that plus 4,000.
I hear hating and hating.
You do.
And
Welcome
I
to
love
the
it.
bet segment.
I love it. I love it. It's
That's not-
competition.
I'm just strictly pointing out what might be the difficulties. I think it's a fascinating bet.
You know what might be difficult?
Taking
You
you
wearing the
seriously
wrong
with these?
shoes.
Oh yeah, I'm not wearing any shoes right now.
Having a tough
You
pregame
took
show.
the shoes
Espo.
off.
This is bad.
What are you rolling with, Espo?
That's nothing good. Tyus Jones first basket plus 1,000 because you know what? I'm jonesing for a win.
Okay. I don't think it'll hit, but I like where your head's at.
Yeah,
Eric, what about you?
I have decided to stop trying to swing for the fences
Okay.
just for today.
Mm-hmm.
I put the Green Goblin mask away. I took a very, very hopefully easy two-leg parlay. Kevin Durant over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and both teams to score over 100 at a plus 115. I feel like I just screwed myself by how I set that up, but
You just went full Smith here.
yeah, I did. I
mean,
pulled
listen,
a Lindsay.
If it works, it works.
It did work, and I have yet to hit a bet this season. I just need to get one on the board, and then I'm launching from half court again.
All right. Well, I have one that I feel like is a pretty, I don't want to call it a shoo-in, but I'm pretty happy with this one. I think the likelihood of it happening is good. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker to have 5 or more points each in the first quarter. And I also got a little boost there, was a plus 125, but I got it for a plus 137 because our friends at Bet365 hit those boosts all the time. Even if it's just a few, it still counts.
Watch her win by 15 cents, and this is what changed.
Why are you laughing, Espo?
Just see, I got a boost.
I did. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Every cent counts.
Yeah, every cent does count because look at the leaderboard. Look at the leaderboard, Espo.
Ooh.
You're down 30. Eric's down 30. Steven is minus 1167. It could literally come down to the cent for the winners.
Guess what?
I'm up.
You will be in third tonight by
I
the
don't know
time we
about
come
that.
back.
I don't know.
He's
Third?
going to be in first. I'm going to be in second. You're going to be in third.
Hey.
You were
Yeah, no,
just
there's no
left
way.
off
I can't
The
make it up
math
with today's
doesn't
bet.
work. So.
I can't make it up with today's
I
bet.
got
Slow grind.
5350 to my name right now, and I just want to stay in the green. So really, that's all that matters.
Dink and dunk queen.
Matthew, welcome to the show. You watched the Cardinals content, but didn't know we had a Suns show.
But
Hey,
he's a Lakers
it's
fan for
fine.
life.
You know
Hold
what?
up.
He's
Lakers
here.
fan for life.
Oh,
He's
we
here.
Matthew.
appreciate you coming here, but
Hey,
we got to work on that.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
here.
It's okay.
Oh,
But he
look
said
at
good
that.
luck to the Suns tonight,
There we
though.
go.
There
A good
you
Lakers
go.
fan.
There you go, Matthew. You're welcome anytime to come by, except for when the Lakers win.
How does Anthony Davis see anything with a unibrow?
I mean, facts.
I don't think his is that big.
I don't know. It was when he was a rookie. I mean, I know he
Yeah,
started
facts.
manscaping.
When he
then.
leaned into the bit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Listen, if you guys want to get in on the actions or if you want to take Grayson Allen for the over, make sure you check out our friends at Bet365. And as a disclaimer, you do have to be 21 or older and physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Text NEXT STEP to 53342 or visit problemgambling.az.gov. Any final thoughts before we go watch this one?
Hopefully the post game isn't as off the rails as this has been.
Lena the chat said everyone's just lightheaded from the fumes from Espo's.
Feet don't smell.
And Brian saying shoe Lespo is
my
wild.
goodness.
It
Love
is.
that.
I know.
Well, hopefully Espo will be wearing shoes for the post-game show, but no promises. But regardless, win or lose, we will be here after this one wraps up. So plan to come hang out with us then. Okay, bye.
We all silly like the mayor.